of the things that I like about the program is that we get to watch the growth and development of the students as they go through the program. And as Jacob rushed through what he was saying, some of the key things that I pulled out from what he was saying is that the program met his interest. In the beginning, I forced him to come, but as he continued with the program, he developed interest in the robotics program, which does have a basis in Legos, and the engineering aspect and the 3D printing, because that's something that he likes to do. So what we do here with the Verizon program, we introduce your children to new generation technology in a level that they can understand and in a manner that's hands-on that they will enjoy. Our next reflection will come from one of our junior mentors, Mr. Dante Zachary.
Hey, how is everybody doing? My name is Dante Zachary, and yes, I know I have 2 first names. Just found that out last year. Zachary was the first name, so everybody bear with me now. So, I wanted to share my experience as a junior mentor and as an active scout. And being a scout leader, I learned that being a leader, having good leadership and being a role model was good for the young ones. And coming to the Verizon program was a whole new experience for me. I was exposed to new technology such as 3D printing, app development, and video game programming. I eventually became familiar with the program, and I was given the opportunity to become a junior mentor. In this role, I'm able to help younger participants share my experiences and assist in classrooms. And one thing I really liked about this program was the 3D printing, because you can basically print anything, and that was real interesting to me. And that's basically it.
Thank you.
How's everyone doing? So I'm Jalen Bledsoe. I'll give you some quick background on who I am. Today I'm 20 years old. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Bledsoe Global Group. At scale, I consult F500s and celebrities on business and brand development, as well as invest in a lot of businesses. Right now I have about 75 businesses in our portfolio, ranging from real estate to a weave company that I just sold, or to equity into car dealerships. So it's a pretty big business that I've been running since I was the age of 12. So I want to kind of get an idea, what grade and what age are you guys in the room today? In this 8th? 12? Okay. So who did I meet when I was in San Francisco? Any guys? Cool. Yeah. So every one of you guys could stand up for me really quickly. Stand up. I want to get an idea on everybody in the room. And everybody. Please. Okay. So as I kind of get the layout of this conversation, stretch your hands as high as you can to the sky for me. Okay. If I say I'll give you guys a check for $1,000 to the highest person, who can go higher? Okay. If I can give you 10,000, how high will you go? Okay. Cool. Take a seat for me. So one of the things I always like to get an idea of is when I have you stretch your hands to the sky the first time, you kind of go at it lazy, in a very lazy way. But when I offer some money and motivation, you kind of figure out a way to go higher. And then when that number is multiplied by 10, you go really high. And that's kind of how it is in life for all of us as we're on this journey of life, is when we're just doing something, we'll do it, kind of halfway to get it done. But once you realize how much money there is in front of us, we'll go even higher. So a little background on myself. Started my business when I was 12 years old. I was a fat kid who liked Snickers, who was tired of being broke. And not only did I like Snickers, I liked Girl Scout cookies, Thin Mints when they're frozen. But we all know you can't just eat one cookie, you got to eat 10 or a whole box. Anybody agree? So as a fat kid, you can't have too many boxes, so you only get a box a season. So I've always kind of found this way to find money in front of me and make it work. And thankfully, I was able to do that through technology, through having my phone in front of me, having my laptop in front of me, and having my mom's desktop computer to break apart. And so today, the company, it's grown from myself to, when I was 15, we had 150 employees. We were worth about $3.5 million by the time I was 15 years old. This was a really cool time in my life because I got to walk around a school building in middle school, be this multimillionaire outside of the school building, but no one in the school knew. Even to the point of where my mom and my dad didn't know that I had all this money until my story went viral on the news. So I built this entire business with a laptop and a cell phone out of my parents' house in a bedroom with the door closed. They had no idea. And so then I go to the news station, I do an interview one day, and I tell the story, not thinking about it. And before I left the studio, we had 100,000 shares before I left the room at Fox 2 News. So of course, for some people, you may be excited about that, but for me, I was scared I might get in trouble when I got home. And I got in trouble. I was grounded for about a good month after the fact because my dad was like, "Wait, you've been doing all this behind our back. What could you have done that could have gotten you in trouble that we didn't know about?" And so from that point on, I got, I think, 160,000 emails in about a matter of 2 months. 160,000 emails. And then from there, I got invites to speak at different companies and travel the world and take my entire family to Disney World for free every year. All 8 of my siblings got to experience Disney World for free every year for about 5 years. And today, the company, as I said, we consult Fortune 500 companies and celebrities on business and brand development strategies. So, Ford Motor Company, Verizon Wireless. Do you guys know this guy named Steve Harvey? So he's one of my clients. He's actually probably one of my most famous clients. And I helped them pretty much build their brands, build their business, and help them identify how to make more money. And so it's crazy. I look back, there was a point where I was making $1 into $2, but now the deals I walk into are about $5 or $10 million deals. And so over the last 3 years, I think we just got our report back about a month ago. We've generated about $180 million for our clients over the last 3 years. So I want you guys to kind of get some ideas on, how do you do that? So that's what I've done. That's a quick nutshell of how I got there. But what does this really mean for all of you? And so what's a few things you guys have taken away from this program with Verizon? Just shout them out. What are some key takeaways you guys have gotten from this year of programming? So yell it out. What's that? Put your mind to it, you can make it happen. Yes? The harder it gets, the better it gets. You want to be like me? I appreciate it. Let's make it happen. Yes, sir. What's that? There's no I in team. Okay? Front row. Anybody from the front row? Nobody. Learned nothing at all. Okay, I'm picking up somebody random. You guys ready? White shirt. What's that? Work hard, get more. Okay, one more person, front row. I'll pick it random. You're smiling. You got something for me?
Don't stop believing.
Don't stop believing? You trying to sing for us? But all those are important. The biggest thing I always believe, the first step is have a dream. Have a dream, because when your dreams are big, you can go as far as your dreams. So if you have a small dream and you have small beliefs in what you can do, you can only go so far. The second thing I believe is don't complain, find the solution. So as I drove here today, I've been traveling, I was on the road for the last, 72 hours doing events in different cities. This time yesterday I was in Omaha. And from Omaha until today, I've sat, I've walked, I've flown, I've seen things that someone had to have a problem with to create it. And so right now you guys are all in chairs. Someone had to see a need to sit down, and they made that. Someone saw a need to have something in front of you while you were at a chair to write on paper, or to hold a laptop, and they made that. Someone found the need of being in a room on a stage and having to speak to a lot of people, and knowing I didn't want to yell, so they made a microphone so I could speak louder by amplifying it. Someone saw a need to be able to get 1,000 text messages and swipe right and left on Tinder, so they gave you an iPhone. Right? And so everything that we have in our hands, someone saw a need, they had a complaint, and they made it. And so I believe that the most important thing, the second most important thing for us to grow and to become successful is to stop complaining, create solutions, and sell it. See, because I don't know many rich people, many millionaires or billionaires who have made their money by not creating something. There's guys who buy property and have real estate, cool. That's the easy money. But the people with the real money have made inventions based off of problems so that each and every one of you buy them. That makes sense? The third thing for me when it comes to technology and how we utilize our money is stop buying the things we don't need. So I found this interesting, thing out recently when it came to jeans. Who's ever purchased True Religion jeans? Anybody? Or who knows the friends who have them and they spent $400 on them? Okay? What if I told you guys that they were made in the same factory as Walmart jeans, just different stitching?
I won't be surprised.
Right? It's the same exact material, it's a different pattern of stitching and a different brand that they've sold you. Or the fact that buying an iPhone, it cost them $12 to make it, and I paid $1,000 for my iPhone 10 on the first night it came out because it was such a big thing. And so we have to understand, and I have to understand as well, is we make all this money. We don't have to go buy the big brands. How about we invest it into something? And so rather that's something as big and long-term as buying Nike stock instead of buying Jordans. Cool. They say that's fun, but that's a long return on my money. So I'm going to ask the guys, you guys may have seen it. Have you guys seen this trend with women wearing a lot of eyelashes recently? Have you guys seen the trend of girls wearing fake eyelashes a lot recently? Okay, so I had a friend who lives in LA. She's 20 years old. She has 500,000 followers on Instagram. So she had all these deals where she was making money off of, posting promo codes and all this fun stuff. I said, hey, let's go buy some eyelashes out of China for $1. And we'll mark them up and sell them for $25. So who here has $1 to go buy something out of China? Just $1. Or who can find $1 really easily? So we just did that a ton of times and sold each one of those for $25. We made a website, we put it on there, sent the link out to all her followers. In the first month, she made $34,000 in profit. She didn't have to hold any inventory. All she did was launch a website, take the orders first, then go out and buy the stuff from China. So now she's 3 months into that business. It's cash flowing. That means money's moving in really easy. So same thing, they have a thing called drop shipping, which pretty much you launch a website, you have anything listed. So I met a guy in Dallas. He was 11 years old. Anyone here, what's the youngest age up here? What's the youngest age? 12? 11? Okay, so he was 11 years old. And this is back when those spinners were, the little fidget spinners were a big thing. So he launched a website. He would sell the fidget spinners for $15. He would buy this, and when you bought the fidget spinner for $15, immediately he would place an order with a guy in China for 50 cents. And then China would send it directly to your house. So he never touched the fidget spinner that he sold. All he did was have a website that when you pay $15 for it, it would automatically place an order for 50 cents from China to send it to you. So he was 11 years old. He invested no money into it. And when he did invest money into it, it made the business a lot faster and more efficient to build a better website and to build a subscription model and all this extensive stuff. And so you all are the biggest consumers. You know what's hot right now in the market. With technology, I really want to challenge you all to find out, how do you get access to that out of China for the cheapest price? And how do you sell it? Or, back when I was in I guess 6th or 7th grade, all the teachers on my floor, they would pay me $20 a month to fix their laptops. So who here knows how easy is it to fix a computer? Press restart, right? Press restart and it's fixed. Shut it down, unplug it, do something, and then it's fixed. You got a question or comment? Or you're agreeing? So I did this with every teacher in my hallway, $20 a month. The teachers would pay me to fix their computers. There were 20 teachers on my floor. I hear a whole lot of numbers, so hopefully one of y'all becomes a mathematician one day, because a lot of y'all are wrong. But it's fine. I'm messing. It was a nice amount of money each month, and it happened from 6th grade to 8th grade. And then it got to a point where I taught myself to program. I read 7 books. I learned HTML, PHP, JavaScript, Python, all these fun languages. I was building apps and websites for family and friends for free. And then by my 7th grade winter, I was making $150 an hour. In 7th grade. But I want to put all this back into perspective of, my mom didn't give me a loan. My dad didn't give me a loan. All I had was $100 to buy books, and from there, I taught myself how to monetize it and how to build money with it. So as we look at technology, and as we look at each of you at the age that you are right now, it's the perfect time to become an entrepreneur utilizing technology. Because most of you all have a phone, or have access to a phone, or have access to a computer. And so if you utilize your resources, find the need, and sell it to somebody, it's very easy to create recurring revenue. That makes sense so far? And so I want to go down these first 2 rows and just really loudly tell me what do you want to do in life. I just want to hear a really quick 2 seconds a person. What's that one thing you want to do in life? Start right here. An attorney? Robotics engineer. Some type of engineer. Veterinarian. Architect. Software engineer. Photographer. Mechanical engineer. Sleep. Well, he wants to sleep for a living. Mechanical engineer. Basketball player, musician. What's that? Anime. Veterinarian. What's that? Scientist? Computer scientist. Airman? A pilot. Architect. Computer engineer. Engineer. Architectural engineer. So these are all great spaces that are going to make you a lot of money. And so my challenge to you today is to figure out, how do you apply that today to what you're doing? So if it's a pilot, you probably can't fly a plane right now, but maybe you can do some drone photography and fly those to make some money right now. I know a guy, he gets paid about $200 an hour to fly a drone around. So if it's an architect, what can you do right now that utilizes the skills that you want to have in 20 years or 10 years today? Computer engineers, easy, begin to program today and build websites. It's simple. Build apps. It's simple. So always look at, where do you want to go, and how do you utilize those same skills or subset of skills today to make some kind of money? Because I asked the question, who here wants to have their own kind of money before they turn 18? Right? Who wants to stop asking mom for money? Right? Don't worry. I'm a millionaire now, and I'll still ask my mom for money just because I can. I make sure she knows, hey mom, I need some of your money still. So she gives it. But you don't want to have to do that. You don't want to have to ask. And so if you can find ways to create businesses now through your phone, through your computer, you're in the right pathway. That makes sense? Fourth thing or third thing, one of the two. Put all your focus, put all your drive, put all your attention into one thing. If you can put all your energy behind seeing one thing become successful for a period of time, the chances of you winning in that area becomes a lot more higher. And so I don't split my time between 80 things anymore. I focus on one thing a day, and I see that through from beginning to end and get it done. Because when I put all my energy behind one thing, it turns out really good. It ends up being successful, and it becomes worth my time. Then I'll launch that and give it to one of my employees to manage for me, start on something else. So this means you can't play Fortnite and homework at the same time, right?
Yes. Yes. No Fortnite and homework at the same time.
However, when you're playing Fortnite, focus on Fortnite. Don't do homework. But then when you focus on homework, you don't do Fortnite. So put all your focus on one thing. Another example when it comes to the, gaming and how do you make games work for you. I had a friend, he was 13 when he started. When Minecraft was a big thing, he started a Minecraft hosting company where he would host Minecraft servers. By the time he was 16 years old, he was bringing in $1.2 million a year in profit. But guess what? He didn't own one server. He lived in the middle of Florida. He didn't own a server. He leased a server whenever someone wanted to use the server. All he did was pay some guy in India to handle customer service. So then this guy, he went on to start another company for live streaming his Minecraft games. And then he created a company called Beam, which at the age of 18, Microsoft bought it from him about a year ago. You guys catch that? So rather than just playing Minecraft, he created a business around Minecraft that held those games. Then that company made so much money, he said, I'm gonna find out a way to stream these games live on the internet and create my own platform called Beam. And now Beam is a core part of the Xbox ecosystem. Microsoft owns it. And so I want to pull all these stories that I can and see how do you actually apply this to your life today? How do you change things in your life today to make the most return? Because some people will tell you to go buy stock in Nike instead of buying Jordans. But guess what? I can't fathom a 5-year return because I'm only 20. That's a fourth of my life. I can't see an investment return that quick. So it means I don't buy stock looking at the return for tomorrow. I have stock that I'll have, for when I'm 60 years old, it'll make a nice amount of money. But I make investments that I can see become a reality today, utilizing what I have in technology. Go for it. Can I see myself in the future? Like in my brain or like an actual machine? Both. I haven't made the machine yet, but if you make it, I'll pay you for it. Yeah, so every night for me, I'm a dreamer. And so whenever I go to bed and I see a dream, I'll wake up in the morning and I write that dream down. And I want to see myself make that dream become a reality. And so whatever it takes to get to that point, I'm figuring out the next morning, how do I get there? How do I make it come to fruition as quickly as possible? The steps. So when I was in my 6th grade summer, I bought $100 worth of books and taught myself to program seven languages: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, PHP, C++, and Visual Basic. I learned those in 4 weeks. I then took that and built websites for family and friends for free. Then it was $10 a project, $20 a project, $30 a project, and then someone said, I'll pay you $10 an hour. So I took long on purpose. Then $20 an hour, $30 an hour, then my 7th grade winter, it was $150 an hour. I realized at that point that I had a business, that I was making enough money that I need to make this a reality. So I started a business online for $7 as sole proprietorship and started the business from there. That company grew by me finding 2 guys in India to build websites for me and to do my designs for me. And I would go out and find the client, and I would bring the 2 people in India together to build the project. I just did that over and over again until the business became sustainable. So that business grew for myself to 150 employees by the time I was 15, and from 15 to now, I'm now at 20. We have 360 employees. We're valued at some north of like 15 million, and we've generated over $180 million for our clients in the last 3 years. So that's how I got to where I am in a quick nutshell. I believe it. What's that? When's your birthday? Okay, you're gonna be there. I believe in you. I believe in you. Cool. So I want to open up to any questions. Let's focus on some questions for a bit, and we'll wrap up with that. So any questions, we'll do that. Yes, sir.
How did you make sure to keep the people around you positive and meaning, and know that these are the people that are not going to turn against you at the job?
Yeah, so how do I keep people around me authentic? In the most simple way is I didn't tell people what I had. For me, I'm not focused on telling people what I have or what I do. I focus on just doing what I do. And so my Instagram doesn't show my cars, it doesn't show my house, it doesn't show that. It shows me grinding and working. And so I keep the people around me focused on work and getting stuff done versus what I may or may not have. And so if we're focused on the same thing and focused on a mission, then they kind of have to stay true to that, and they can't deviate too far from that. Yes? How do you buy stuff from China? So there's a website called AliExpress, AliExpress.com. It's like Amazon, but it's Amazon out of China. So you can buy anything out of China for a fraction of the price that you would buy from Amazon. Mm-hmm. But you buy it in you buy it in sets of 5 or 10. You don't buy it one at a time. Any questions up here? No questions? Cool. I'll turn it over to Miss Carrie. Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Prude was at your camp.
Yes, he was. Thank you. So next year for the summer camp, we're actually going into a mall and operating a mall space as a store for the month. So rather than like just teaching idea of business, we're actually going to run a business for the period of time. Mm-hmm. You got a question now? Okay. What's that? I have not. Tell me about it. Mm-hmm.
And you see all the way around you. It's kind of like a whole other world.
That's great.
Yeah. And basically the actors shot after that came out. But inside of real life,
Mm-hmm.
how much money do you think it would be worth?
Got it. Okay. I'll check it out. So, question? Okay, go for it. Yes, I have. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. I have it. So I do a camp now in entrepreneurship where I bring in students, help them understand how to launch a business. So talk to me after the fact. I'll get you information on it. For sure. Yes.
That would cost Is this true?
No, I mean VR is as long as you understand how to program around it, so you teach yourself the programming or learn the programming, you can do it yourself, and so that becomes free. And so a lot of it becomes when you're spending money on development, you're paying for salaries and expenses for people to do it for you. And so if you learn how to build it yourself, basic languages, you can do it a lot easier. So I did that through websites and app development when I was a kid out of books, which saved me a lot of money in the long run. Cool. Think I'll turn it over? Yep. So to be employed with us, really, we're looking for I don't know our current openings, but a lot of our focus is disruptors and people who are out of the status quo. And so a lot of what we do for our clients is provide strategy on growth and how to grow a lot faster than anyone else could do. So we're looking for people who understand how to grow business and how to be a disruptor in that mentality. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So we had the closing showcase today. What did you think?
Wow, you caught me on the spot. I was impressed, very impressed. I'm glad that I brought my sons down here. I'm glad that you've been part of their lives and everything. Got a chance to actually meet an actual young millionaire and everything. So I hope this has some kind of positive, some kind of positive way on them so they can say, hey, dream big and actually do it too. So I'm very glad that they joined the Verizon program, and I'm definitely going to be telling people at my job about it to take their kids. I'm also going to try to spread it out to the community that's in Bellfound neighbors. So awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Excellent.
Hey, so right now I just finished up at the Verizon Innovative Learning Program here at Harris-Stowe. It was an amazing time. I'm excited I was here. Thank you for having me. You guys don't know Verizon is probably one of the best companies in the world. This is not a paid advertisement. This is actually me being honest, but also too, Harris-Stowe is making a really big impact right here in St. Louis. All these kids who are here learning technology because of you and the team, it's amazing. So thank you. Thanks for having me. Hey, check out Verizon.com and Harris-Stowe, HSSU.org, I think, one of those, but we'll find out.
Like us on Facebook, Verizon at Harris-Stowe. And we thank Jalen Bledsoe for coming and being our keynote speaker. We're excited. He gave some great inspirational advice to our students. And he is a big business mover and shaker.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So thanks, guys. Jasper, what was your experience? What did you gain from the program?
Thank you, Ms. Carey. Brilliant question. The program, it was challenging at first, but you have to get used to it and just work hard and believe in yourself, and you'll get it over time, and just keep your head up.
So what did you guys think of the event today? Do you think we should continue with this program at Harris-Stowe?
I think it's an awesome program, and I think that a lot of, not only all kids, but especially a lot of African American boys get a lot out of the program because they're not introduced to these type of activities coming from some of the neighborhoods in St. Louis, Missouri.
Excellent, thank you. You, sir?
Man, yeah, I think it's real awesome. It's a good career-making decision, and yeah, I think you should continue with it.
Arius, can you tell me what you enjoyed about the program?
About the program, I enjoyed everything. Everything from robotics and STEM. Robotics, I never really got into it. Like, I knew about it at school, but since when I got here, the only reason I came because of my brother. I was at home alone by myself, and I was tired of it. So I said, Mama, I want to go do the same thing Ella do. So for the first in the summer program, I got kicked out because I was still acting bad. But when I came back here through the fall, I got much better. Robotics is actually a fun thing. So right here, you can use this for anything. You can actually build something with this. And when I go home, I'm gonna try this out.
So you think we should keep the Verizon Innovative Learning Program here at Harris-Stowe State University?
Not just at Harris State. At every school during a weekday. Like make it like from 12 to 2. 12 to 2 at school. At Jennings, at Hazelwood, whatever. Pretty everywhere.
So all of the school districts in St. Louis you think can benefit from this program? That's what it sounds like you're saying.
Not just in St. Louis, everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
All righty, sir. Thank you. Hi. So you were just here at the Verizon closing showcase. Can you tell me what you think about it?
I think it was really helpful in understanding to young men that age.
Just to young men? What about young ladies?
Yeah, young ladies too, but like I want there to be a girl version because like a lot of people don't think that women can do as much things that men can do, but women can actually do a lot more things.
Really? So you think it would be cool if Verizon, the Verizon Foundation, had a girls' version of the Verizon Innovative Learning Program?
Yeah.
Well, they do. Verizon Foundation does have a program for young ladies. We just don't have it in St. Louis. How do you feel about that?
It's just, I don't know, actually. Not fair.
It's not fair. Can you tell us what you're doing, what you learned with robotics?
All right, so I'm using a robot with a gyro sensor on it to make it go to the foam and then turn at a specific distance.
How did you do that?
Using Lego Mindstorm programming.
The programming that you learned here with the Verizon program?
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I thought that it was a very good user interface and it was easy to learn. So it goes to the foam and then it take moves to the right and then it take moves to the left all the way to escape the maze.